Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final round coverage of the 2019 Four States Open in Joplin, Missouri. My name is Gabriel Dow, and I'm here with Bobby Cox.
What's up, everyone?
And we are bringing you commentary for this coverage. This course is out at McClelland Park in Joplin, Missouri. We've got Isaac Heinen pulling ahead here. After this front nine, he is 24 under par, 4 in front of Andrew Presnell, who's sitting at 20 under par. Then we got Chris Eads and Alan Wagner sitting at 17 under par, not too far back. So they've got some moves to make here on this back nine.
Yeah, we had an unfortunate bogey from Andrew there, and some missed opportunities from inside the circle that he should have made. That's really been the difference between him and
some
Isaac.
brutal spit outs, really.
Yeah.
Hole 10, this is a par 4, 690 feet. You're really just trying to bite off as much distance as possible on this drive. There's a gap on the left that you can hit. That's really the only ideal gap here because there is some trees and low ceiling on the right side. So we should be seeing some flex shots around that left side gap. Try and get to the crest of this hill, and then from there you have a downhill shot down to the basket. So
yeah, and try not to go deep on that upshot too.
Yeah,
very easy to do. Here we got Isaac starting it off.
And that one just looks a little too high, and he falls well short there.
That's not what you want.
It's going to be a tough birdie from there.
And I like this play.
Yeah, this is really nice play from Alan. Just got into that tall grass on the left side and slowed it down just enough to where he's might be a little pinched off there. And this is an ideal lefty line for Chris here. Just needs to get this high enough. And that's looking good. But he found that tall grass as well, and he's going to be a little pinched off on his upshot.
Yeah, you really want to be at the top of that hill so you can see what you're doing for that upshot.
Mm-hmm.
See if Andrew can get up there. Oh, that is a bomb. Look at that thing go.
Going so far.
A little bit down the hill.
Yeah, and he might have a look at the basket from there. And if you can see the basket on your first shot, that is so far ridiculous.
Yeah. And Isaac's just going to be trying to make some forward progress here.
He makes it up to the crest of the hill, and the basket should be visible from there, but definitely not the shot that he wanted.
We're going roller here, maybe? Or just big Annie?
We'll see.
Whoa.
He's going big here.
Oh no, that's going right in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there next to that bench.
I'm kind of surprised he went that aggressive.
Yeah. I mean,
he's tied with that one, I guess.
Yeah.
And Alan just facing all kinds of bushes and trees right in front of his face. Gonna try to sneak it through this gap. Yes, he is.
That one will fall a little short.
That's actually really good, though, from where he was at.
Yeah.
You can tell you like it whenever you see a guy just start sprinting, trying to find his disc land.
All right.
It's like, how close is this going to be? There's Isaac's third. Trying to put himself in a spot where he can have an easy par, and that did not help out the case.
Yeah, he was either going in the basket or 30 deep, I'd say, with that tree hit. Because, I mean, it was coming in at the right height. Here is Andrew's second shot.
Going,
oh my goodness.
Man.
Just barely chaining out left side.
Yeah, and with these baskets, that disc coming in that hot, that's not going to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to absolutely perfect that stuff.
Good effort from Andrew, though. And, oh, no. Chris has left himself with a 60-footer here. Coming out of the woods. This is his fourth.
I'm curious how aggressive he gets here. I mean, obviously he's going for it, but yeah, kind of a safe run there.
Yeah. is Alan. This is for his birdie.
It is.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah.
What a clean stroke that was. He has a really nice putting form.
Really nice putt from Alan. Super smooth.
Those are
Kansas
fun.
for the birdie.
Making those downhill ones from about 30, 35.
Yeah, and he's actually getting 2 strokes on Chris here.
Yeah. Nice putt there from Isaac.
Yep, saving the par. He will stay at 24 under par.
And 4 down through 10. That is some solid golf.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew saving his birdie from a little bit behind the basket.
Moving him to 21. And here's Chris tapping in the bogey. Unfortunately, moving to 16 under par. And now 2 strokes back of Allen. Going into hole 11. This is a par 3, 298 feet. This one is very uphill, so it really plays more like, I'd say 330, 340. Most of these guys are either going to be going with the roller route around the left side with something a little bit more understable, or there is a little bit of a straighter gap as well, but I mean, that's a lot more difficult than the roller. So
yeah, you get the low ceiling from the branches, and then the uphill at the end is, roller's the way to go for sure. I'm assuming this is the same disc that he rolled earlier.
and that one just didn't quite turn over like he wanted, and he's going to have a long circle 2 putt from there.
Yeah, and Andrew's in attack mode now. He has to be.
This is looking like a really nice line.
Yeah, going a little
Just
deep.
Carries straight for a while. And he is actually going to be left with about 50 feet.
Isaac forcing that roller. Is that a more overstable disc, you think? Could he got down so
No.
early?
I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just a disc that he trusts. And with that uphill, it's hard to throw overstable discs on a roller with that uphill angle, because you need that extra oomph in the disc to make it turn over like that one did.
And Chris with a fortunate skip up. Without that skip, I mean, he's going to be well short.
Yeah, and this is Andrew from about 50 feet for his 2.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And that was
Very nice putt from Andrew.
very
Moving-
much needed.
Yeah, moving himself to 22 under par.
Putting a little pressure on Isaac to make his like 20-footer. And trigger bites all over yourself. Yeah, I think Chris might have had a little bit of a tailwind there. Seemed to have like no glide on that putt. Oh no. And Isaac gonna be losing a stroke to Andrew here.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. Here's Chris for his par. Isaac tapping in par as well. And Alan will do the same.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty hard hole to birdie.
Yeah.
Just not a whole lot of room.
Yeah, exactly. Hole 12, this is a par 4, 680 feet. It is very downhill initially, right off the tee. You really just want to try and get a flex shot through this little gap here in the trees down below, and try and bite off as much distance as you can, because the upshot, as long as you are in the open, is very easy.
Yeah, I think you're really just playing for like good footing, honestly.
Yeah.
Or just like somewhat of a good lie, because there are some trees down in the middle that can really get in your way. But if you get past those, then but yeah, like you said, it's wide open.
Yeah.
Here's Zeus from Andrew. Oh,
and that
no.
one didn't quite hit that gap. It's so hard to hit that
It is.
tiny little gap in the trees. You really just have to get that turnover at the perfect time to get through there. And Alan, this one looks like it's going a little right. And it is, but he crashes down and is in a pretty open spot.
Yeah, I assume 95% of the open field, their drives are landing right where theirs did. Just kind of crashing into those trees and making the halfway mark. You think Eagle or Simon's going over the top of these trees?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that one.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Just throw
walking
something
up to this
overstable,
pad.
super high and left, and just let it carry.
Yeah, if I throw something like super
800
overstable,
feet.
it goes maximum 250.
Right. And Chris is going to find the trees as well and skips over to that right side. That's going to be a pretty difficult second shot for him.
This is still about, what, 320 probably?
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. Bit of a comebacker, but let's see how close Isaac can put it here.
Man, that seems really wide.
Yeah, he threw that one real wide.
It worked
but
out,
perfectly.
but that seems like... Did he try to go that wide? That's really pushing those branches on the right side.
I mean...
I guess we have to say he did because it ended up perfect.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
Alan putting it real close to the trees as well, and he is going to have a long putt for his birdie.
Here's a rare flick from Chris here. That looks a little bit too overstable, not quite getting the distance, and coming about 30 feet short.
Yeah.
It's so hard to break out a forehand if you haven't thrown one in like 6 holes.
Right. And Alan just a little bit too low there. This is Chris's birdie.
Yeah, more like 35 feet. And that's really been his miss. It's either a little bit short or a little bit on the right side.
Yeah. And Andrew is desperately needing this one. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Really nice birdie, especially for being the shortest drive of the bunch.
Yeah. Keeping pace with Isaac, who is sitting there for a drop-in birdie.
Just holding on for dear life, isn't he?
This makes par. Isaac is tapping the birdie once again here. Alan will tap in the par. And with that, we move on. Hole 13. This is a par 5, 856 feet. This is just a bomber hole.
Brutal.
It's pretty flat for about 300 feet, and then it just carries way uphill. So you really just want to bite off some distance on this tee shot. And then depending on what you want your second shot to be, you either want to be on this left or right side. Just to get yourself in position for your third shot, because the second shot is very uphill, like I said, so you really just want to set yourself up here on your second shot.
Yeah, a lot of these holes have the elevation change with the low ceilings, which makes it really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see if we see any like rollers or, I don't know, skip shots maybe on the second shot. And that is not what Andrew wanted. He wanted to be about twice that far.
Yeah. I think that one just a little too low.
Oh, yeah.
And same with Isaac.
Yeah.
And that tree might be in his way. We'll have to see.
Alan with a nice shot. Anywhere near that shorter tee pad is pretty good.
Oh yeah, Chris Chris getting full flex out of his disc.
And he gets way up there. That's a really nice shot from Chris.
And this is almost, I mean, it's impossible getting all the way up there from there. It's like where you're at.
Yeah, it is a crush. And that's actually not a bad spot for Isaac. I'm not sure if he'll be able to see the basket from there, but he should be able to see that tape right above the tree behind the basket. So
Andrew going with a big old flex shot. Oh yeah, that's
that
really
is
all he's
way
wanted
up
to do.
there.
Oh yeah.
He definitely has a clean look at the basket, and that should be a textbook upshot from him.
Going roller maybe? That's the same disc.
Oh yeah.
No, too much cut.
Yeah. See, on those uphill rollers, like I said, I mean, you really have to get more angle on those to compensate for that gravity that's kind of pushing that disc backwards.
Right. You got Chris. And that was moving. That might have been all the way up the hill if it didn't hit that branch.
Yeah.
And yeah, here's Isaac with the blind shot. Unfortunately, got to kind of sneak through those trees. Let's see if he can get up there. Yeah, and that grass is just too long and thick to keep that going forward.
Yeah, didn't quite get over the crest of that hill for that carry.
Oh no.
And that is a misrelease from Chris on his third shot.
Here's Allen's third. Oh, that's looking pretty tasty. Oh yeah.
Squeaks all the way up there. Really nice shot from Allen.
And Andrew got it way up there.
Yeah, this should be pretty easy for him. Oh, yeah. Tap in birdie for Andrew. Uh-oh. And Chris going deep there. He's going to be about 32 feet.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the extremely difficult wooded holes we're about to go through in a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice comeback there. Chris staying at 16 under par. And I believe this is for birdie for Allen.
Oh, yeah. And that is for birdie, moving himself to 19 under par. He now has a 3-stroke cushion on Chris going into the last 5 holes. And also, if you guys like the coverage and want to show some support, be sure to visit gkbrodisc.com. We've got some merch in, particularly some discs, mostly Innova and Trilogy. So for all of our Innova and Trilogy throwers, be sure to check that out.
Isaac tapping in for the par, staying at 25 under par.
And we're on to hole 14. This is a par 3, 465 feet, very downhill. The power lines come into play, and then you have thick woods on the left and the right. So you really just want to throw an overstable disc really hard and flat on this right side and just kind of let it carry left down into this hill, because the basket is tucked here into these woods on the left. So
look, but getting all the way up there for like a tap in, it's very difficult with that hill.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
And with those trees, there's a bunch of guardian trees and little branches that you have to avoid.
Yes, you're most likely gonna be looking for a pretty good sized putt.
Yeah.
But Andrew is one of the few that can actually sneak it up there.
And he is about 10 feet. Really nice shot from Andrew. See if Allen can follow here.
It's going to be on the left side a little bit early.
Yeah, that one looks a little bit early for sure, and he's going to be in some jail.
It at least snuck through forward a little bit. It didn't just hit and stop.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't have too much in his way for his upshot. This is looking nice from Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
Almost identical to Andrew, really. Ooh, even further.
It might
And
be a
he's
little bit
down there.
tricky, but you are stoked with that result.
Yeah, that's a makeable putt there.
Kind of a tricky shot for a lefty.
Mm-hmm. Very tricky shot for a lefty, actually.
I was wondering if Chris was going to be going with the forehand here, but
Right.
he's going to trust the turnover shot. And just too much hyzer on that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably didn't quite get the oomph on it that he wanted with throwing it on that much hyzer. Either that or it was a misrelease, but
Yeah, he could be in a much worse spot, though.
yeah,
That's for
yeah,
sure.
that's actually a really nice spot for his second shot, especially being a lefty. So you'll be able to tap in for the 3.
Allen with a kind of a weird looking look here. Ooh,
Oh,
gives it a good
scares
run.
the basket.
Do you know if that stayed up or not?
It did. There's a
Okay.
little branch there, right there where Isaac is standing, and I believe Allen found that. So he should have a tap in.
Clutch birdie there
Bird
from
or
Isaac.
par. Isaac with the birdie. Needing that just to keep that lead on Andrew. Because Andrew's definitely pushing here on this back 9 so far. Good par save from Allen.
Pretty good catch, actually. That's a little to the right.
Chris saving par as well. And this is always how it works out. The closest person is always putting last.
Yep.
Moving to 25 under par.
Yeah, 6 down for the round.
Yeah. All right, hole 15. This is a par 3. It is 226 feet. This one's really, I mean, since we've got a backhand card, it's just a soft mid-range or putter turnover. You want to throw it hard and high because, as you can see, it does carry right and very uphill up to the basket. So, yeah, like I said, these guys are just going to be throwing either a mid-range or a putter, soft turnover, and let it carry up that hill.
Yeah, it's just one of those holes where you're like an inch away from your line and you could possibly, kick so far that you're looking at a bogey. So
Yeah.
you gotta be really careful and try to hit that line. Looks like Isaac's going putter. And yeah,
Oh,
that might
no.
be some danger.
That's going to be a huge danger on that left side. Hopefully you got some forward momentum because it is a lot worse shorter off the tee in those woods on the left. But Allen is going to have a nice uphill putt there.
Yeah, that's the most common place to land. Just the bottom of the hill. Just give yourself about 30 foot uphill putt for your birdie.
Yeah. And this is an ideal lefty hole, as you can see.
Yeah, mostly it's just so you can get that little extra skip up there.
Isaac's in a tough spot here.
It's going tomahawk.
Yeah, it looks like he's going flex forehand, and wow. That is a great shot from Isaac. And I think, was that the first forehand we've seen from him in the last 2 rounds?
I think so. Yeah, I can't recall one. He got the height, which is the hardest part on that kind of putt, but leaving a
get
little
it
bit
right.
left.
Yeah. It's Andrews 2 in a stroke on Isaac. Tie for the lead.
Oh, that's
Oh.
that's such a crucial putt too.
Yeah, that was big time and just barely low. Again, those uphill putts are just so tricky.
Yeah.
Got to get that height up.
It's almost like you aim high on the basket on those uphill putts, but you almost need to be aiming like over the basket.
Right.
That'll just throw like a laser right at it.
Great save.
Isaac tapping in for the par, staying at 26 under par.
Still maintaining that 1-stroke lead over Andrew, though. taken a par as well. So we got 3 pars and 1 birdie here. Hole 16, this is a par 3. Just a little 169 footer.
Crazy hole.
It is very difficult for a 169 foot hole. You're really just throwing a turnover, and you really want something to turn over pretty strongly here. You want to get it pretty high.
That's the problem. The higher you go, the more chances you are of hitting some branches.
Exactly,
so
which is why this hole is so tricky.
Yeah.
And it really just plays for the lefty like Chris here, or a forehand hyzer, just a super sharp forehand hyzer. And we'll see where he ended up. It looks like he ended up a little short there. So here's Andrew going with the turnover. And this line is so hard on this hole.
I mean, it's one thing getting it right enough. That's difficult. But also getting it to just stick on the hill.
Exactly.
If you have too much any angle, that thing's just going to cut, roll, and just go straight back down.
Exactly. And that's really why the forehand is a little more ideal here.
For sure. Well, Isaac got the height on it. Can't swing.
Yeah, it's swing.
Still going to be on the left
Pretty
side.
good amount, but it's going to be a long putt for his 2.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of holes out there that are like this.
No. But that one was fortunate enough
yeah,
to...
that was wanting to run away.
Yeah.
Here's Chris on that short right side. Just trying to get up on that top level to where he doesn't, have a chance of rolling back down. Ooh, barely gets over that log.
Almost skips off the log into the basket.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Andrew Presnell. Jump putt.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Sit.
Oh, he got some stump love there.
Wow.
And that's going to be a tricky putt for his par save.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure Isaac was thinking that going into this putt here. Making sure he doesn't make the same mistake.
Yeah. Here's Allen for the lone birdie on the card.
Such a bonus birdie. What? He hit so many chains there. He's a little bit on the am side, but not by much.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
what
wow.
a comebacker from Andrew.
Yeah, that's a really nice putt from Andrew. I mean, those putts are especially tricky just because you've got stuff in your way and you kind of have to get it up on that awkward nose-up angle.
The cage feels twice as big from that angle.
Right. And so, very well done from Andrew there. Especially going into these last 2 holes, he really needed to maintain at least being 1 stroke behind going into 17 and 18. So, very well done. Speaking of hole 17, this is a par 4, 494 feet. This is, I'd call it the figure 8 hole because you have 2 fairways. You've got a fairway on the left and then a fairway on the right, and then they kind of double cross in the middle and then make their way back into splitting. So it's tricky. The left fairway is a little bit more ideal.
Just because the basket's on that side.
Exactly. And so these guys will definitely be playing for that left side fairway.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a different pin position where that right fairway does come more into play, but with this position on the left side, I don't see why anyone would be going on that right side.
Right.
Especially if you're doing a placement shot.
Yeah, it really just comes down to what kind of second shot you want to have because, for me, being on that right side might be a little bit more comfortable because I like throwing that flex forehand.
Yeah, but if you don't go far enough, then you're just full of a jail of trees.
Yeah, exactly. So, good shots from the guys so far.
Yeah, they're just kind of keeping it low and letting it kind of skid up on this dirt.
Yeah, you just need to stay in that fairway. And this is
like another hole where if you're barely off this fairway, you might be pitching straight out into the fairway.
Yeah. And that was a good shot from Isaac. Kicked out into the fairway, luckily. And Allen is going to be in the fairway as well, so.
There's Blaine eating that snack while he's out there on the grind.
Yeah.
And just such a tight upshot. I mean, it's almost impossible getting it through there.
Yeah, such a difficult upshot. I mean, you're just shooting straight through a little 25-foot tunnel, 25 feet wide, that is. And Chris is going to find the tree. This is definitely a bonus birdie for these guys.
God, this is painful just watching.
Yeah.
Like Andrew with kind of a weird angle. Having to force over a turnover shot, but just a little bit too much.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that one, especially with Isaac kind of shanking his
for sure.
or his second shot there.
Yeah.
So now he's putting back
the lead.
pressure back on Andrew to get it up close where Isaac's at.
Yep. And Chris, that kind of faded out on him a little bit early, but that's a makeable putt.
And I say Andrew has got to get this all the way up there.
Yeah, this is a must park.
Wow.
Wow, even hits the pole.
Playing that skip shot, having to kind of stop his arm halfway through that throw so he doesn't hit his hand on the branch. Well done. Is this to save bogey?
I believe, or it's to say par. And he does that. Staying at 17 under par. And if Al can make this, he has a 2-stroke cushion going into this last hole. Feeling comfortable in that third place spot right now.
Man, it's all coming down to the last hole, hole 18.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
And it is not a hole to be forgotten.
No, it is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this home stretch is a lot shorter of holes, but that does not mean it's easier.
Yeah, I mean, really just the last 2 holes is very demanding. And especially after playing this course all day. I mean, it's such a long course, par 4s everywhere, and you just have back-to-back par 4s here on 17 and 18. So, yeah, just getting into hole 18, this is, like I said, another par 4, 447 feet. It carries uphill to the right, and so you really just want to get clear of the trees, throw a forehand or a turnover to get in the open out here, and then from there you have a pretty easy upshot if you can get out to the open. But the feat here on this hole is really just getting out there to give yourself a good second shot.
Yeah, I mean, you said if you get out in that open, this feels like a pretty darn easy hole. And if you don't, then it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
What a great shot there from Chris.
Yeah, fantastic shot from Chris. That is going to be a really easy upshot for him.
He'll probably just go hyzer left of that middle tree. We got Andrew with the backhand turnover shot.
That's flexing through nicely. That's
He's going to have a couple trees to work with there.
Yeah, not the easiest upshot, but he's still up there.
Yeah.
And still should be able to make the par from there. And that is...
No.
that
The
is
last thing he was asking to happen.
Yeah, that is the worst of events. That is the... Yeah, that's not what you want.
I'm stressed out just watching this being in his position.
Yeah, he's got a 1-stroke lead on this hole, and he really needs to scramble here. This is going to shine a light on Isaac's scramble game here.
And in his head, he's assuming Andrew's getting up and down from where he's at.
Yeah. And he finds another tree,
Man.
and still hasn't made the clearing.
I mean, there's still 5 to 10 trees in his way. And there's another one. He's going to be over there even more left than Andrew is, I believe.
So he's going to be playing for 4 on that left side. So really, he's just hoping for a playoff now.
Yeah, that's all he can ask for. Yeah, he's been in the lead all round. Really all this round and last round.
Yeah.
And it's all coming down to the 18th hole. Andrew playing that skip shot once again and not quite getting it all the way up there. I mean, that's still a putt he has to make.
Yeah, he's still going to be left with about 40, 45 feet. Here's Chris's second. And this is
That's fine.
looking really nice. That'll be right there. He should be able to make birdie.
And Isaac is just pitching out, kind of just giving the win to Andrew. He knows it. From where Andrew's at, all he has to do is just lay up and tap in for the win, and that's got to be painful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pay attention to scores when I'm playing.
In
But,
that
like-
scenario, you absolutely have to look up, count the scores, where am I at,
Yeah.
because I do not want to pitch out, but if I have to, then I guess I will.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he knows that.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Really nice ending there from Allen. Played an awesome tournament. Really up there with all the big dogs, just not quite getting, all the way up there with Andrew and Isaac.
Yep.
So here's Isaac to secure that second place spot.
And unfortunately taking his only double bogey on this round to finish off the tournament.
That's crazy. This is
Yeah.
what a wild ending.
Yeah. So this makes the birdie to finish at 18 under par. Andrew Presnell, ladies and gentlemen, your 14th annual.
2019 Four States Open Champion, Andrew Presnell.
He said it.
Just left up there. Dude.
Exactly. I knew that was about to happen, so I was like, all right. But, well, that is going to conclude our coverage of the 2019 14th Annual Four States Open in Joplin, Missouri. Andrew Presnell coming in the clutch on the last hole, just getting that outright win over Isaac. And great tournament to Isaac as well. And then we have Bo Tillman, who came
Sneaking
in
up
third.
there. Yeah.
Sneaking up there.
LG
into
as well,
third
getting
place.
up there.
Yeah, really good showing from the Oklahomies. So hope you guys enjoyed the coverage, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We'll see you guys for the next tournament.